Alright, all you amazing and wonderful people, welcome back to the channel. IStandAlone Gaming, and today we're going to be playing Final Fantasy X. So in today's episode, we're going to be taking on the Dark Aeons yet again, and we're going to take on the Magus Sisters. So, with that being said, when you get to the airship, you want to go to, I think it's Jose High Road, and take this path here. Now, once you get to this part, right where their overpass is, or the little high part there, you're going to run into the summoners. If you run into them, they'll have an interaction. It'll be a quick little cutscene. Now, basically, you have to run away. There's going to be a small little mini game while you're running away. If you fail the mini game, you have to fight all of the Magus Sisters at the same time. Highly not recommended. You can go ahead and do that if you're feeling very confident in your skills and ability. I'm definitely not going to be doing it in this video. I may do it later in the game, maybe when I actually max out health and stuff like that. But as for now, we're going to fight them separately. And we will show you how to do that. So basically all you have to do is run away for your life. And eventually they will split up. And it'll tell you right there. Battle will begin. If your pursuers get too close, run as fast as you can. Thin out enemy forces. Screen will flash to warn you when pursuers are near. Not flashing, safe. Yellow, pursuers approaching. Red, capture imminent. Can't see your pursuers, they will catch you if they get close. So stay on your guard at all times. And now all you have to do is basically just run. Run as fast as you can. Now the controllers are a little wonky in the Final Fantasy X version. It's always been a pet peeve of mine because it's only directional. You see, kind of takes away the angles, so to speak, and then the camera angle changes and kind of tries to throw you off. But if you can get away, as you can see, they split up. And then you just keep running. There's two still on us. And essentially all we have to do is run to the elevator at the back here. Once we get here, press A, go back up. So there's a small little cutscene, but now they are all split up, so you can fight them one-on-one. And don't let it fool you, they are still very tough, even one-on-one. So keep your wits about you. The only bad side about these fights is this is when they start taking away your auto life. So as I mentioned before, Aeons start to take away your auto life. So definitely keep that in mind if you're going to be continuing with the Dark Aeons, that from here on out, most of them will take away auto life. So here, I'm pretty sure the best part about splitting these guys up is that their overdrives now only hit single players. If you fight all three of them together, I believe their overdrive hits everybody. So keep that in mind as you proceed. Again, we're going to cast haste on Waka. He's the only one that doesn't have auto haste right now, mainly because I'm trying to... Oh, that's right. Being an idiot. Mighty Guard gives you haste. But anyway, he's the only one that doesn't have haste on his armor right now, so... So for the most part, she doesn't have anything that's too menacing. Their stats are a little bit less than Ixion's, at least defense-wise. Oof. Poor Riku. So yeah, this fight can be tough depending on how things work, but this is when it actually starts having status effects. So they'll start doing status effects. I'm not entirely sure which ones this one starts with, but I know they start doing like poison and all the bad ones, like curse and petrification and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind as we continue along. So basically, if you get to this point and you are fighting the Dark Magus Sisters at this point, you want to make sure that you are either starting to get ribbon or starting to prepare ahead of time in order to avoid those status effects. Whether that's, you know, stone proof or whatever, and things like that. So she's already getting pretty weak. We might be able to take her out. I'm not going to use my overdrive in this round. Maybe I can save it for the next lady. As you can see, every time they kill one of my characters, we get the overdrive, so that's pretty cool. But we're going to try to take her out normally with regular quick attacks. And we're going to save our overdrives for the next fight. It's possible she will make it to her overdrive, but I'm fairly certain it's single target, so we shouldn't have to worry about it too much. Oh, so this is why I was supposed to avoid. Anyway, it's AoE. It does hit everybody, but that's the move that causes all these status effects. So, as you can see, he's got Doom, he's asleep, he's got Dark, he's silenced, and I believe that might be it. But we can go ahead and just throw Remedy. Remedy won't cure his Doom, but we have 5 moves to make sure everything else works. So we got Silence, Darkness, Slow, Auto, Doom. So it does cast slow on you too, but since you have auto haste, you don't have to worry about that on your auto haste characters. We'll leave him with slow since he has the Doom on him. There we go. And we got an overkill. So that is the first Dark Magus Sister. I'm gonna Genji shield. So the cool thing about the fighting the Dark Aeons is they drop shields with break HP limit. So this one has break HP limit and auto shell. They drop Sanctuary, you get break HP limit and ribbon, which is very good. But typically by the time you have the fights with Dark Aeons, you should already have at least one. So as you can see, I have my break HP limit and ribbon, auto haste, and auto regen. Now the reason I did auto regen on Titus is because I do plan on maxing out his health at some point, and auto regen would be amazing on somebody with almost 100,000 HP. But with that being said, let's continue along, and now we can fight all the other Aeons. Let's go ahead and cure everybody real quick. So the reason you want to split them up is because when they do their overdrive, they don't have to, they won't hit, like, decimate your entire party. So we're going to start off here. We're going to do Blitz Ace. We're going to do Waka's overdrive because chances are they're going to kill somebody, and we'll get our overdrives back for the next fight. But yeah, as you can see, the defense of the first 2 Magus Sisters is not that high. Ooh, that might kill her. Nope. But yeah, as you can see, they're starting to get a lot of health. She's definitely feeling weak, so that's good. Riku again. So unlucky. Usually how it works though. They just keep killing the same person. Calamity isn't that strong, it just gives you curse, so you can't use your overdrives. You won't be able to gain overdrive bar, nothing like that. It is kind of a pain, but it's nothing that's too serious in this fight. The most you have to worry about is your Pasado. It's probably always going to kill somebody, especially if you're not max stats. And the overdrive Graviton again, because it will inflict status. So keep that in mind. Another good thing, pretty sure I've already mentioned armor, but now they also dropped this overload. It's pretty cool. And they also dropped some that have break damage limit. If you don't have the... If for some reason you don't have the ultimate weapons by now, maybe that'd be a good alternative. But to even stand a chance against these guys, you should probably have at least the ultimate weapons. And I also have a guide on that, so if you want to see that, there's a whole playlist designated to the ultimate weapons, and you can definitely check that out. I'll post the celestial mirror up in the top right, and that's where the fun begins. Alright, so this one is probably the hardest for a few reasons. It likes to do a little bit more status effects, and it has the most defense. So your single attacks at max damage or at max strength should still do the full amount, but once you start getting into the overdrives and stuff like that, you'll see how significant the damage reduction actually is. But we're just going to go ahead and keep on quick attacking. Let's use Riku's overdrive real quick. Give us another hyper guard here. So as you can see, if you're max stats, it's not like a super difficult task. You could definitely still take them on, but especially separately, it's a lot easier separately. But if you're going to fight them all together, that is a different beast altogether. I wish you could like adjust where your moves are. So like say if I wanted to put quick hit at the top of my list up here, you could just put it at the top and just be done with it. But you cannot. So we're just going to keep attacking. The Commissade will definitely probably one-shot anybody it hits. Pretty much like anybody else's special. Only problem with Commissade is it takes MP as well. Cool thing about the team that I'm using is that I'm not using magic, so all I have to do is, again, use an item. And then continue along with the attack here. We're not using any MP other than quick hits. And we shouldn't have too many problems until we're completely out of MP. Even then, she still only has the Magus Graviton. I have Ribbon on 2 characters. The only person that's really going to hurt is Wakka. So, you can go ahead and cast a Remedy on Wakka. You still got to worry about Doom, but he has Auto Life. So, hopefully that won't be a huge problem for us. she's getting weak. You can see with the little slouch position there. So even with just doing regular quick hits and regular attacks, we are getting her down. Again, I'm going to reiterate my stats. My stats are very high. If you're not max statting at this point in the game, I highly recommend doing so. I do not have a guide on that yet, but if you're interested, leave a comment down below and I'll definitely make that video if there's enough interest. So she should be very close to being dead. It looks like she's going after Titus. Riku has Auto Phoenix, my savior. So we can use her overdrive to do another Mighty Guard if we'd like to. I probably will just to be safe, but I don't really feel like I have to. I feel like she's pretty close to being a goner. But we're going to do it anyway, just to be safe. And we have Titus's overdrive, so we can go ahead and use that. And that should finish her off. So the only downside about this one is her defense is definitely a lot higher than the other two. So keep that in mind also. But with the stats that we have, it could be a walk in the park. Now, I believe this is the end of the easier fights. So once we get past here, Shiva is super fast and definitely hits like a truck. I feel like we could take on Shiva right now and be decent. But Bahamut and like Yojimbo, we could probably take on Yojimbo too. And I haven't fought Anima yet. I have a feeling he's probably going to be one of the tougher Aeons. So Magus Sisters is probably the toughest if you fight all three at the same time, but we don't have to do that. So it's pretty nice that you can split them up and fight them separately. But with that being said, that is the end of this video. So if you found it helpful or you enjoyed watching it, please leave a like. If you want to see more Final Fantasy X content or content about the Dark Aeons, subscribe to my channel. It's going to be posting a few of those every Friday. I like to call it Final Fantasy Fridays. With that being said, thank you for your time, thank you for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next video.